In the pitch-black night, the vast ocean stretched endlessly in all directions, with no shore in sight. Emma, a 25-year-old woman, sat trembling in a corner of the small boat, her clothes soaked through and her hair tangled, eyes wide with fear. The only comfort she had was Max, her loyal dog, who huddled beside her, shivering in the cold. "What do we do now, Max?" Emma whispered, clutching the dog tightly to her chest. Max looked up at her with innocent eyes, almost as if to reassure her. Emma's mind raced, remembering how she had ended up here. She had been on a cruise with her family, enjoying a lively party. Everything was perfect until, without warning, a mistake was made. Someone accidentally cut the ropes, and Emma, alone in a small boat, was swept away. She screamed for help, but her voice was drowned out by the music and the chaos around her. Now, stranded in the middle of an eerie, empty sea, she was completely alone with no hope in sight. Suddenly, she felt the boat slow down, as if something was holding it back. She looked down into the water, and her heart skipped a beat. Something was stirring beneath the surface. Emma's pulse raced as she tried to make sense of what was happening. Then the boat lurched violently, throwing her off balance. She held Max tighter, her heart pounding in her chest. Looking around, she spotted a faint light in the distance. Could it be a ship? She thought. Without wasting another second, she screamed at the top of her lungs, "Help! Over here!" But to her surprise, her voice echoed back to her, as if someone was repeating her words. Max started barking in an odd, uneasy way, sensing something was off. Moments later, Emma realized the boat was moving on its own, drifting in a specific direction, as though someone or something was pulling it. But there was nothing in the water. After what seemed like an eternity, a small island appeared on the horizon. Emma could hardly believe her eyes. Perhaps there, she thought, she could find help. She quickly grabbed an oar and began paddling toward the island. But as she got closer, she realized something was wrong. The island was deserted, lifeless. No people, just dry trees and sand. Emma disembarked and looked around, her anxiety growing. Max followed her, still uneasy. Suddenly, Max started barking loudly, his eyes fixed on something. "What is it, Max?" Emma asked, panicked. Max ran to a nearby rock, stopping abruptly. Emma approached and noticed a half-buried wooden plank with strange writing etched into it. "Whoever lands on this island never leaves," it read. Emma's heart dropped. She quickly turned to look behind her, but the boat had vanished. Panic set in as she realized there was no sign of escape. She scanned her surroundings, but it was all silent, the wind rustling through the dry trees, leaving only her footprints in the sand. "What should I do now?" she muttered, feeling trapped. Max continued to growl quietly, standing beside a strange set of footprints in the sand. Emma's eyes widened. There were other footprints here. Confused and frightened, she decided to follow the tracks, which led her to a dense patch of bushes. Could someone else be here? Her heart raced as she parted the foliage and saw an old dilapidated shack made of branches and dry leaves. It looked abandoned, yet strangely familiar. She stepped closer and peered inside, finding it dark and cold. Grabbing a piece of wood, she set it on fire to light the area. The weak flame illuminated old pots, a torn mattress, and a wooden chest. Emma's heart skipped a beat as she approached the chest and carefully opened it. Inside, there were old yellowed papers with a message written on them. "If you are reading this, you too are trapped. This island will never let you go." Emma's hands trembled as she read. What did this mean? She turned to look at Max, who was now sitting quietly, almost as if waiting. She glanced down again at the papers. There was more. "There is something here you cannot see, but it is watching you. The more you run, the closer it gets." Her throat went dry and she quickly shut the chest, stepping back. Just then she heard a faint voice in the distance. It was a human voice. "Help me," it called. Emma froze, her heart pounding. Was there someone else here? The voice sounded strangely familiar. Desperate, she ran out of the shack and followed the sound of the voice. Max ran beside her, barking wildly. The two of them reached the shoreline, where the waves were crashing fiercely against the rocks. Emma looked around, but there was no one. But then she saw something in the water, a shadow. A figure was sitting in a boat just beyond her reach. "Hey, over here, please help me," she shouted. But when she got closer, she gasped. The figure in the boat looked just like her. Wet clothes, messy hair, and the same fearful eyes. "No, this can't be," Emma whispered, her voice shaking. Max started barking even louder, sensing something terrible. Emma stepped forward, trying to get closer, but as soon as she did, the figure in the boat began to fade away. "No, wait!" Emma cried, rushing towards the boat, but as she touched it, the figure vanished completely. Emma collapsed to the sand, disoriented. What was happening? Max started digging in the sand, his paws scraping at something buried beneath. Emma looked closer and found another scrap of paper. She quickly grabbed it and read aloud. "You're on the right path, but I cannot help you directly. I can only show you the way. The answer lies where the figure vanished." Emma, determined to find answers, looked at the spot where the figure had disappeared. The water was calm there, and a faint glow shimmered beneath the surface. There was something there, something important. Taking a deep breath, she stepped into the water. Max barked in anxiety, but Emma reassured him. "I'll be back soon, Max. Just wait for me." As soon as she touched the water, she felt an invisible force pulling her down. She screamed in fear, but before she could comprehend what was happening, she found herself in an otherworldly cavern beneath the sea. The walls of the cave glowed faintly, and there was a cool, damp air. In the distance, she heard faint footsteps. "Is someone there?" she whispered. Suddenly, an old man appeared in front of her, his long white beard flowing down to his chest. He was dressed in ancient robes. "You shouldn't have come here, child," the old man said in a deep voice. "Who are you? How did I get here?" Emma asked, bewildered. The old man sighed. "This island can trap you, but it can also set you free. But to escape, you must pass a test." Emma's heart raced. "A test?" The old man continued. "You must choose whether to escape or become part of this island. Those who fear never leave." Emma's mind raced, filled with questions. What did this mean? The old man went on. "This island only lets those go who understand its truth. Those who run in fear remain forever." "I don't want to stay here. I just want to go home," Emma said, her voice trembling. The old man smiled faintly. "Then answer these 3 questions, and the island will set you free. Fail, and you will stay forever." Emma nodded, gathering her courage. "I'm ready." The old man pointed to a wall where an inscription was written. "If you have a boat, an oar, and a direction, but the wind is against you, can you reach the shore?" Emma thought for a moment and replied confidently, "Yes, if I keep paddling with patience, I will eventually reach the shore." The old man smiled and nodded. "Correct." He pointed to another wall, where another riddle was written. "If you have only one chance and you don't know if it's right or wrong, would you take it?" Emma took a deep breath. "Yes, because if I don't try, I'll never know." The old man nodded again. "Correct." Finally, he pointed to the last wall. "If you must choose between going or staying, but leaving means abandoning your most beloved, what would you do?" Emma's heart sank as she looked at Max. She immediately shook her head. "I can't leave him. He's not just a dog, he's my family." The old man was silent for a moment, then smiled. "That is the right answer." Suddenly, the cave began to glow brightly, and the old man started to fade away. "You've passed the test, Emma. This island only lets those go who have true love and courage. You've faced your fears and refused to abandon those you love." The walls of the cave disappeared, and Emma found herself back on the beach, the boat appearing in front of her. "Max, we're going home!" she cried, embracing her dog. Max wagged his tail happily, and they climbed into the boat. Emma began paddling, this time with the wind at her back. Slowly, the island receded in the distance. Hours later, she spotted a ship on the horizon. "Help! Help!" she shouted. The crew on the ship rushed to her aid. As Emma climbed aboard, she looked back at the shore. The island was gone. Was it ever real? But when she reached into her pocket, she found the old piece of paper. "You won!" Emma smiled, holding Max close. Now she knew that with love and courage, no challenge was too great to overcome. If you enjoyed this story, please like and comment below, telling us which twist you found the most interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to Explored Vibes for more such stories. Thank you.